Starting. Okay, it says live. I think we're
Are we
good.
on?
I think we're every one of my live videos in this Facebook group starts like this because it's impossible every time. And I'm like, I don't know if we're live, but we are. I see
We're
it. Yay.
live.
Good morning, everybody. If you are joining us live, I'm Gabrielle. If you've never met me before, I'm the admin of this group. I'm an LCSW. I help therapists scale and grow their group practices and add income streams. And I am here with one of my favorite people in the whole world, who I met on TikTok, by the way. Speaking of social media, that's how I found her, was on TikTok. And Britt is my social media manager, and she has been doing my Instagram and TikTok social since like last
It's
May.
been a while.
It's been a long time that we've
Yeah.
been working together, and she also has a niche of helping therapists and group practice owners and coaches, and has done amazing work on my account and lots of other people in this group as well. So if you're joining us live, put any questions, comments, like this is your time to ask about growing on social media. So put it in the chat and I will be looking at it. If you're watching the replay, just put hashtag replay and ask your questions and we'll come back and answer them. But Britt, I would love if you would give us like the elevator speech first of who you are
Yeah.
and what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you kind of already kind of said everything, but basically, I am a social media manager. I have a small agency. I'm actually based in South Florida, but we serve clients all across the country, in different niches, but in particularly this niche and industry. And the way that we work is we're very strategy driven and strategy focused, and it's a collaboration. So what we do is we'll meet with, for example, we'll meet with Gabs and we'll talk about like strategy and how things are going. And then we'll plan out your content for the month. So we'll give you scripts if you need them. If you need them word for word, we'll provide that. We look up trending topics, trending sounds, all of that stuff, and we create a content calendar for you. And then all you have to do is film everything every month. So that will save you a lot of time. Social media is a lot of work. And you're
Mhm.
running your business, you're running your practices, you're doing your all the things. Social media becomes like a second part-time job that you don't need. So that's where we come in. We give you everything you need, and then we'll edit your content for you, post it for you, manage your community. But it's not just the social media management side. We really get into your business and like your offers and how you want to serve people and put your marketing out there. So we are like a collaboration, like I said, like a partnership. So yeah, that's a little bit about us. Yeah, it's my jam. I love social media. So
Oh, and you're so good at it, and we appreciate you for that, for those of us who don't like it. And I work with a lot of people when I'm doing coaching and consulting
yeah.
who find social media very stressful. They don't want to do it. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to start. So that's like one thing. Another thing that I wanted to ask you is if you could maybe talk about like maybe some success stories or why it's an important part of your business. I think right now in the therapy world, I'm hearing and seeing a lot of folks saying, like, my practice is really slow. We need more clients.
Yeah.
I need to do more marketing, but I feel like Instagram is very saturated. Like, how do you handle all of those things?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So I actually made a post about this not too long ago. Social media is not optional anymore for any business or any industry. It's expected. A lot of the times when we want to go and work with someone, the first thing we do is check their social media channels. We see what results they get. We see how they're able to help us. And a thing about social media too, it's a little bit about your personal brand and building that. And someone might choose you over someone else, even if you offer the same exact things, because maybe you like Taylor Swift and they connect with that. Or
Mhm.
maybe you offer a certain thing, or do you have something that's unique to you and people will gravitate towards you over your competitor. But if you're not social media, if you're not like posting on social media, you're not showing up, we will never know. So you have to kind of be on social media. It's a non-negotiable. So that's number one. And number two, everybody has a uniqueness to them that people will gravitate towards. People buy from people. So that's another thing. Like it's never too saturated because there's only one of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, does that kind of answer
Yeah.
a little bit? Yeah. And
I
also, I want to say, like, when I transitioned from corporate social media marketing, because I used to do that full time, my first client was a therapist, and I started freelancing and helping her. And the amount of impact I had helping her with her marketing was so impactful that that's why I went into starting my own agency to begin with. So, little fun fact. It like literally changed her whole practice, like showing up, posting on TikTok, Instagram. She wasn't getting the traffic she was getting before, until we started working with each other. So,
That's an amazing success story, and I just love that it's like full circle that that was your
yeah,
first.
I know. Very
Sweet.
full circle.
Marin has a question. Hi, Marin. Good to see you. She says, how to figure out your voice with starting to write your copy. I spend way too long on this. I've created a GPT for this, but it's figuring out how to find my voice in the copy as well as the best way to plan your content in terms of times, calendars, etc. Well,
Yeah.
Britt has a whole process.
Yeah, so I'll talk about the copy first. And it's really my answer is changing now because we have AI, we have ChatGPT, we have these things. Um, It's really challenging because when you go on social media, 99% of the captions nowadays is AI generated, which is okay. But if you really want to stand out, the best thing to do is like come up first with the verbiage that you want to say, write it out in your own words, then put it into the AI to like figure out, what are the ways you can make it a little bit more, just better in general, and then edit it again. So you have to do a lot of edit when you're going to use AI for copy. Um,
Mhm.
and I see the best results sometimes as well when we're just like saying a stream of consciousness, get it out there first and then edit it down. So that's the way to keep your voice. Don't just go on ChatGPT or AI and be like, give me a caption for Instagram. Like it doesn't know your voice that way. It's just going to come up with something generic. So first start off with what you would want to say as a caption and then edit it down. So that's what I would do. And then in terms of systems and like our process, the first thing we do is we review what's working on social media first. So we do the research. We check like what are people asking in the comments? What are the trending topics? What's going on in the world? What can we make content around? Like right now it's about to be Halloween. So a lot of people are making like the spooky style content.
Mhm.
So you figure out what's going on in the world. You think about like what's performing well on your page and you double down on that. So first you do the research, then you come up with your content plan. Then you go off and batch the content. That's going to save you a lot of time. Like we create a month of content for Gabs every single month, and she just batches it. And how long does it usually take you to film everything?
It's usually like I would say 3 hours. Sometimes it'll take longer if there's like a lot of talking head videos with a lot of
Yeah.
cuts. It might take me like 4 or 5 hours,
Yeah.
but I just do it all in one day. I usually do it on a Saturday or Sunday, and I just get my hair blown out. I put my makeup on, and then I just do it for that 3 hours, and then I never have to think about it ever again. I just
Yeah.
upload it, and I'm like,
And
goodbye.
that's it. Yeah. And of course, Gabs has us to kind of give her the scripts and everything. So it is quicker. But if you are doing this on your own, do the same process. Script out everything at once, then film everything, and then have it editing like couple days or whatever during the month. And just kind of do that as a monthly practice. And that's going to save you a ton of time. Or you can outsource it, of course, to someone like us. But that's essentially how you will be able to save time instead of thinking, okay, I need to post something today. What do I post? And now you're like driving yourself crazy because you didn't plan ahead.
Mhm.
So plan ahead as much as you can.
Yes, and there's so many tools to help you. Like Brit uses Airtable, and so that has all of my scripts, and it also has like it also explains what I need to do. So it'll be like film this out by your pool, and then like make coffee or do this, open the fridge, close the fridge, like put your makeup
Really?
on. They literally tell you everything you need to do. So if you're like, I don't know what I should be doing with my hands in this video. Like it literally will be like, do some sort of visual hook, stir your coffee, take a sip, put your mascara on. So that's really helpful for me. But if you don't like, if you're not at a place to hire Brit or you're doing this all yourself, like what she just said, do like have a process for you where you're still batching it.
Yeah.
You don't have to do a whole month. Maybe you do like the first 2 weeks and then the second 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because before I had Brit, I had a friend that helped me and we did kind of a similar process. It did take a lot longer, but this was like she was just helping me. And I think Chat GPT was like just starting. And so we would use it just for ideation and we had like 100 lines in a Google spreadsheet, and then I would film and be like line 62 and drop
Yeah.
it in Google Drive.
No, that's a great way to do it. That's exactly what you should do. Like if you are doing it yourself, like just come up with the ideas first, like set it off into different like sections of time and you're doing each task and then you're just batching it. And it's a lot easier than stressing yourself out with what to post.
And I wanted to talk about this too, because somebody said on my post in the group this week that they took like 3.5 hours to film one video. And I'm going to say it should not take you that long.
Yeah.
You can, again, like into your custom GPT or into Chat GPT, like let it know who you are, who your audience is, what you do. And it will give you like pillars of things to talk about and
Yeah.
just say it in your own voice. Or even when you're consuming content, I still do this. I'll like save things and I'll send it to Britt or Jimenez, like my social media manager with them, and I'll send it to them and be like, this is a cute idea. This is a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah. Getting content ideas is also really awesome. I just posted about this today that like sometimes you don't know what to post and you're just doom scrolling for ideas. That's okay to do, but as a business owner, you shouldn't be spending your time doing that. You need to have content pillars. And I always recommend having the three most basic content pillars. You probably heard of it, educational, personal, like that kind of content pillars, but that will keep you focused and it will make sure that your content has a purpose with your posting instead of just posting random trends that you saw someone else do and they went viral. Like, okay, they went viral, but just because you did it doesn't mean you're going to go viral too. And also, if you go viral for the wrong reason, now you have a bunch of followers that don't actually care about your offers and your services. So, content pillars.
I Marin has a question. I'm going to get to you, Marin. I have something to say about that too, or maybe a question for you about that, Britt, is like when I think that's the difference between like posting yourself and having an agency is the strategy. So
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit about the strategy? Because I think, and even before I had you, I was in a Reels membership, and sometimes it would get me a lot of views because they were like trending audios and
Yeah.
trends, but
Yeah.
then nothing else comes from it. And like you need the views to convert to
Yeah.
clients and people who are going to pay you for your services. So can you talk a little bit more about the strategy piece and not just
Yeah.
viral?
Yeah, so strategy is the number one like anchor with anything that we do. Sometimes people come to me and I'll ask them like, what is your goal with social media? Like, do you just want a bunch of followers just to say you have a bunch of followers, or are you trying to convert them into sales or leads or sell a digital product, whatever it is? Like, once you tell me those goals, we can create a strategy around it. And so, for example, when you have like a product that you want to sell or a service that you want to sell, your content needs to actually sell. And a lot of people feel icky about selling. They feel awkward. They feel like, they're repeating themselves. But that's literally what marketing is. It's saying the same thing a million different times in a million different ways, but it's the same message. So it depends on your goals, but you need to create a strategy around that. If your strategy is, I just want to go viral, that's actually not hard to do. We would just make a bunch of funny, relatable, like content that's going to hook people in. But guess what? That's not going to translate into followers and it's not going to translate into conversion either. But sure, you'll go viral and that's a vanity metric and some people enjoy it. And that's fine. But if you're running a business on social media, you need a marketing strategy geared towards the sales component. And a lot of people just get stuck at that part. So again, it goes back to your content pillars. Having content pillars is super important. Why are you posting this reel? Is it for sales? Is it for views? You have to have a purpose behind everything that you're posting.
Mhm.
So that's what we kind of build the strategy around. We get to really know your offers intimately, know why people would want it. We would know your target audience. That's really important too. I can't tell you how many times I ask someone, who's your target audience? And they're like, oh, everyone. Like everyone can work with us. And like, no. Like you need to get super specific about your target audience and like who you're speaking to. For example, for me, I speak to busy business owners. I know exactly what their pain points are. And so I make content around that. And it's the same strategy you can use for yourself. Like, what is your pain points of your target audience and make content around that.
Mhm.
So that's just a little bit of what we kind of do.
And that is like people want to see themselves in that content. And I will also say, like, if you look at my Instagram, I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers. I don't even have 5,000. I think I have like 4,500. But let me tell you something. I get a lot of business from Instagram.
Yeah.
From people sign up for my retreats from there. I get VIP days and coaching from there. People buy my courses and my offers from there. So the numbers are a vanity metric, but it's really about being in front of the right people who are engaging with you.
Yeah.
Um,
A point on that too. I have several clients where they have millions of followers and they doing really well. But they weren't getting conversions. Like they were just getting going viral, da, da, da. And then when they started working with me and we tweaked their strategy, all of a sudden now they're making, sales in their business. And then
mhm.
I've had the other like end of the spectrum where they have very low followers, but they're making, business from their social media. So it's again a vanity metric.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally. Like you don't need a ton of followers if it's the right people. And you're posting the right things with
Yeah.
good call to actions and
Yeah.
having everything streamlined. So the other question is for filming, what's the best way to start and things to film when first getting started? Coming to see
Ooh.
you soon when I have more time, but before I do, what are some things to film?
Ooh. So again, what's your strategy and what is your offers? I would definitely say right now, Reels and video content has been king for a little bit now. So try to stick to that as best as possible. And then with that, you need to have really strong hooks. I like talk about hooks almost every day on my page. Hooks matter more than ever because people have the shortest attention spans. So whether you do a video or you do a carousel or whatever you decide to do with your content, the hook is the most important thing. So make sure that you have a strong hook. And you also deliver on the hook. Like, don't just say something outrageous and then you don't deliver any value in the content itself. You have to deliver the content, the value in the content, and then make it shareable as well. And like, or maybe have a CTA that causes people to write a comment or just want to engage with the post itself. So if you're new to content creation, I definitely recommend videos first, making sure your hook is super good, and then adding a lot of value to it. Um, I would also recommend like making sure your video is like really edited well. People will scroll for the smallest reasons, so you have to keep their attention. It's all about attention, honestly. Like you have to add in the sound effects, add in a text hook, like a headline, like back in the day with the newspapers, you have a headline. So you
Mhm.
have to have the same thing in your reels. You have to have a headline. You have to have a verbal hook. You might be doing something interesting, like you sit down in the video first, or maybe you're, stirring your coffee, like a visual hook. That's the way to keep people's attention. So if you stick with those and then you also add value, your content should do really well, and get you started.
Mhm. Also, just like about filming, this made me think of it. Like, if you are struggling with like talking to the camera, or you don't want to do a bunch of videos doing that, like having the B-roll bank
Yeah.
is hugely important. And like, you do need to post more than just B-roll though, because when I see videos that are just always B-roll, I'm like, I want more than that. But I will say that I think that's like an easy starting point,
Yeah.
and having that is so helpful. Like even this weekend I was doing a video. It was my first brand deal, by the way, so I will post that. But Jimena, who's my social media manager with Brit's agency, she was like, "Do you have B-roll of you at a grocery store?" And I was like, "I do actually."
Yeah. It's like look at it kind of like a mini commercial almost. Like they cut to different visual like spots. Like it makes it more interesting. So having a B-roll bank is really good, especially if you don't have time to sit down and record content. Having that B-roll is always good for you.
Yeah, just having it. And it's like easy too, because before I had you guys, like I would just be, I don't know, I'd be like on a plane and I'd be like, oh, I could like edit a video right now because I have
Yeah,
some footage of me walking at the beach or
yeah.
whatever.
It's storytelling. That's ultimately what it does. It tells a story. So B-roll is good. Another note on filming, this is so basic, but a lot of people need to be reminded. Make sure your audio is really good. Like buy a cheap mic on Amazon, like $10, and make sure the audio is good. Again, you don't want to give anyone a reason to scroll away. And if they can't hear you, that's a reason to scroll away. And then also when you're filming, try to use your back camera. That's the best quality camera. And make sure you have good lighting. Natural lighting is the best. If you have a ring light, that's good too. A background that's nice. Like don't have your like laundry like sitting in the corner. Like make sure your background is nice, you feel confident. Um, a lot of the times people like try to remember memorize a whole script. You don't need to do that. You could use like a teleprompter app. Or what I like to do is I like to say one sentence at a time when I'm recording. That helps me out and it makes it sound more natural. So I'll literally say one sentence, film it, read the script, next sentence, film it, and that helps me out too. So yeah.
Those are such good points. I was looking at a video of somebody recently, like a friend, I think, and like she and the lighting was bad, and I was like, "Girl, the light needs to be in front of like come
Yes.
this way.
Yes.
You want the light behind you." Just
Yeah.
FYI.
Face the window.
Yes, exactly. And oh, the other thing I was gonna say too is I do the same thing when I'm filming. Like I have the script and it's usually like I'm talking to the camera and then like my computer will be right here and I'll
Yeah.
like look at it, I say it, I hold it for 1 second so that like my eyes don't move and then I look again. And I
Yeah.
do this all in one cut because I have you guys to edit for me. So
Yeah. Yeah.
makes it easier. But like, and you can tell because actually Maureen, my friend Maureen, who works with you guys too,
Yes.
she was asking me about that. And I was like, if you watch the videos, you will see there's like cuts after every sentence, which
Sentence.
is fine.
Yep.
Like, who cares? But like, that's because I'm not reading it all at
Yeah.
once. I
Yeah.
should say.
Exactly.
Um, for a content calendar, do you recommend a certain calendar, Google Doc, project management, etc.?
It really is a personal choice. I like Airtable. It's just easy to put all the ideas in there. The only thing it doesn't post for you. So then you would need like a scheduling tool that can post for you. There's so many out there. Right now we're transitioning into Rella. So we've been using Loomly, but we're gonna start transitioning into Rella soon. But there's like Hootsuite, there's Metricool, there's Later, all kinds of different tools. You can use Notion.
Mhm.
Notion also doesn't post for you, but just kind of find the thing that is the easiest for you to use. If you want to use Google Docs, that's fine too. You could even use Canva. You can auto post in Canva directly from Canva. So there's so many different tools for you to use. Just pick the one that's, best and like easy for you to do.
Yeah. I like Airtable. Obviously, Britt just said that's what she uses, and it's very nice. Like everything is in there. And then
Mhm.
I just hit like upload, like you change the status to upload and ready
Yeah.
to edit, and then they know. I use Notion with my online business manager and my VAs, and I also really love Notion, and I find that it's very easy to use, and I like that you can put like you can have like an SOP in there, like a template for everything, which is nice. So you can create those. I think people sell like Notion templates
Yeah.
also. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to sell an Airtable like content calendar template.
Brit.
I should probably bring that back.
Bring it back now. We'll post
Good.
it. Hi Danielle. She wants to know scheduling posts versus posting organic daily. Is there a difference?
Ooh,
Ooh,
but
that's a
that's a
good
good
question.
question. So it's like a myth that like if you schedule your post, your views are lower and like this and that. It's completely fake, like fake news. You can post, you can schedule it. It's totally fine. I recommend scheduling because again, it just helps you be consistent. You're not thinking about it. Like for example, with Gab's content, we schedule it 2 weeks, a month in advance, and it's done. The only time we manually post something is if it doesn't fit in the scheduling tool that we use. Or like for example, you want to add music to it or whatever. But a lot of these tools are very like they're good now. You can do collaborations, you could put the first comment, you can schedule all of that out. So I would say scheduling is totally the best thing.
Yeah, all of my content Brit schedules a month in advance and I approve it. And, I've had a video with 1 million views and that was scheduled.
Yeah, it
So,
doesn't affect it at all. Same thing with like posting times. I get that a lot. People ask me like, "Oh, what's the best time to post?" People live in different time zones. So it really doesn't matter when you're posting because you could post something at 8 a.m. your time. I might not see it until 5 p.m. my time. It really doesn't matter. Instagram will give you a suggestion for when your audience is most online. If anything, I would look at that number and like and it's also a range. It's not a specific time. It's like a good range. So if you want to have like a specific posting time, that is the number to look at. But otherwise, it really doesn't affect your post that much. Just don't post something at like 2 in the morning unless you want someone in Europe to see it,
yep.
early. So yeah,
My husband always asks about that. He'll be asking you that
yeah,
actually.
that's okay.
Like all scheduled. I was like, I know that Brit says it does not matter.
Doesn't matter.
Um, I don't know if you have an answer to this, but I can also answer it. What about posting in a Facebook group? Any tips for that?
Posting it like content in the Facebook group.
Mhm.
So that is good to do. Just make sure that they're engaging with the content. And also encourage people to leave the group and follow your pages as much as possible. Like give them the CTA, like, hey, go check out my page. I have more information on this. Your CTAs is the most important thing. You don't just want to post it randomly and then it's just there. Like
Yeah.
that's not the goal. You want them to do something. You want them to go to the link in your bio or go to your page or something. Give them a good call to action.
I'll also say, as far as like posting content in Facebook groups, I also schedule mine out. And you can look and see when engagement is the highest.
Mhm.
And honestly, I don't know. I post a lot at night in this Facebook group, which seems to work well, but then sometimes I'll post at like 7 a.m. and those posts do really well. And the mostly in the groups, Facebook hates reels. Like anytime I repost the reels in the group, it gets 0 views. But when I post it on my Facebook page, it does really well. So, but I still put them in the group because you never know who's going to see it. And you do need a really clear call to action. There is a story, I tell the story all the time. I don't know if people know who, oh, what the hell is his name? Donald something from the story branding.
Mhm.
He's a very famous marketer that talks about storytelling in your branding. And he was at a conference and, with all these like high level C-suite bros and ties and everything. And he was like, okay, thanks for being here, but I need to tell you something. But you all need to stand up and follow me outside. And they all followed him outside. And then he was like, there's nothing special about being out here, but you just proved my point. You all need to be told what to do. And you
Yeah,
listened to me, and we all came outside.
love
So
that.
it's the same thing. You just need to tell people what to do.
Yeah,
What's the next step?
yeah.
Um, okay. There's lots of questions coming through. And then we will end this. Okay, what platform is best for scheduling? We used one that seemed great, but it started messing up the copy, so we stopped using it. I forget the name. Danielle, we briefly talked about this, but Danielle also said that she tried Buffer and Hootsuite. Do you have one that you use that's better?
So we use Loomly within our agency. Loomly is a great app to use. They have a lot of like capabilities. But we are transitioning into Rella soon just because it has even more capabilities, especially with AI. It's really helpful. So I would recommend those two, but there really is no wrong tool. It's just depending on what you need.
Yeah, we were trying to use Meet Edgar for a while, or Edgar, I guess it is. I don't know. And we were trying to cross post to like LinkedIn and YouTube before you were doing that for me, and it doesn't do videos over 90 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of them don't do videos over 90 seconds. So then you have to manually post it.
mhm.
You
Sounds good
could
to
also schedule it within the app too. Like if you don't want to use a third party tool, you can schedule your reels inside Instagram. You can schedule your TikToks in TikTok. So that's also another option.
We were doing that too before you were doing it for me. So
Yeah.
like on TikTok, we would schedule it.
Yeah.
Um, well, I'm gonna give people like one more second because I know that there's been a lot of questions. So now is your chance
Yes.
to
Please.
ask us anything. Also, Britt is coming to Costa Rica with me next week on my retreat, which I'm really, really excited for.
So excited.
So we'll see some of her amazing content and her amazing work from there. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's GJV Consulting. You can see her work there. Her
Yeah.
Instagram is just Brit Social Media. I will post it below. Um, Another question came through, so that's why I wanted to give people time. The other thing I'm finding is the scheduler doesn't post to your Facebook profile, only your business page.
Yeah, so it'll only do business pages. That's just the capabilities that Facebook allows it to do. So
You can post to your Facebook profile. You can schedule it yourself, but it's like separate
yeah,
through, I don't even know because I haven't done that yet, but every time I repost a reel on my Facebook, like my personal Facebook page, it says like if you can schedule it or if you want to publish it now. So you can do that too. I think
yeah,
you just have to have your page set to like digital creator or whatever it is.
yeah.
You have a Rella affiliate link that people can use.
Ooh, I think it's inspired now. I think it used to be just Brit,
Yeah.
but let me text. So I'm friends with the founder of Rella, Natalie. So I can literally, I'm gonna text her and be like, "Hey, can you put my code?"
Give us your code so that we
Yes.
all get a kickback.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna text her. She started Rella because she, was doing the same thing. She's this content creator. She has like hundreds of thousands of followers, and she was having the same issue with a lot of these scheduling tools, like having like not the capabilities that we need, especially as creators. And so that's why she created Rella. And I love it. So that's why I'm using it. But yeah, I'm gonna text her and see if I can get a code for you guys.
I'll put it down below in the chat and respond to you so that it's there. And yeah, any last questions, put them through now while I say how much Britt has helped me in my business. And really, I think that, you know, Britt said this in the beginning. So if you didn't hear it, go back and watch it. Like this is not optional.
Yeah,
You need to be on social media. If you are slow, even if you're not slow, you never know what the future holds. You need to
yeah,
start building that visibility and that presence now because it does take time. So, and I find that a lot of folks who are saying those types of things, like I'm really slow, blah, 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 it's because you just kind of depended on your psychology today. And that has worked the past couple of years. Well, we're in a different world now.
yeah,
And so the people who have spent the time optimizing their websites, running ads, doing
yeah.
social media, those
Emails,
are
all of
all
it.
funnels. And
Yeah.
now you don't have to worry about it because you've built that. So these are things that you should have started yesterday. Sorry to say, but okay.
It's non-negotiable. It really is.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
totally.
And even if you can't afford to like outsource right now or you're not ready, that's okay. Just start small. Like start posting 3 times a week. Start showing up, post in your stories, talk about your offers, like really show up regularly and you'll get used to it. It'll become a habit for you. But don't stay there either. Like, posting 3 times a week is cool in the beginning, but eventually you need to graduate to, the next level and start posting 4 times a week,
Mhm.
and then slowly build on top of that. But the main message is to start, like get started because everyone is already on it. So if you aren't, you are already behind.
Mhm. So, so true. This was amazing. You are the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Again,
for having me.
yes, thank you for taking the time. And when we get that affiliate link, I will post it. Make sure you're following both of us on social media. I'm at GJV Consulting on Instagram. Britt is Britt Social Media on TikTok and on Instagram. And if you're looking for social media help, and also if you don't want to outsource, she does strategy calls. So you
Yeah.
can just spend an hour with her and it will be
Yeah.
worth your money for
Get a
sure.
lot done in an hour. So
Yeah. So I'll post the links for that too. And then again, if you're watching the replay, just put hashtag replay. Any questions you have, we will come back and answer them. But thank you again.
thank you. Thank you, Gabs. I'm so excited.
Me too. Thank you. And I'll post those links when we have them. And thank you again. And I'm sure you'll be seeing our faces in the future.
Yes.
Thanks, Britt. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.